Shelley, are you ready to take us away into creating connections?
I am ready to take you away. So since today is a day about visual, I'm going to continue that topic on visual since we are all on Zoom. And if for any of those of you who know me, I pivoted, if you want to put it that way, at the beginning of COVID to create what I call the Zoom makeover. So I'm kind of now the Zoom makeover guru. And this week I saw this article that came across my desktop about Zoom fatigue. And I thought that was so pertinent that that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to just share my screen. So give me a moment to, let's see. Can you see my screen, everybody? Okay. All right, thank you for the thumbs up. I'm going to take you away. So do you feel like this at the end of the day? You know, it's like, I feel the Zoom fatigue. It's real to me. I know it's real to a lot of you, and we're going to be talking about that today. So why is Zoom so tiring? Well, a new study from Stanford just came out by Jeremy Ballinson. He's a communication expert at the university, and he's taken lots of different studies over the years and put them into one study about Zoom fatigue. And I thought it was absolutely fascinating. So I'm going to share some of that. So what is making us tired? I'm just going to give you a few points about it, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to break up into groups and talk about it. So when we are on video and we are looking at people's faces, we actually have to do more cognitive work to participate in a video conference than just listening on the phone. It takes more work because we have this constant barrage of complex nonverbal cues that are constantly being sent to us. Also, because we're watching, we're constantly having to keep our eyes focused on one thing versus if we were on audio, we're on the phone, we could be doodling, we could be looking around, we could be tying our shoes, we could be making lunch for ourselves, but still paying attention. So we have this barrage of clues that are being sent to us. And pardon the picture, I just thought with the lines on it, I just thought it was such a great picture. We also have excessive stretches of close-up eye contact. So this is leading to hyperarousal due to the close-up eye contact. You know, when you're talking to somebody on your Zoom screen, you are literally inches away from them. You're like 10, 12, 15 inches away from them. And you are constantly looking at people in the eye, and they are looking at you. And it's exhausting. If you had somebody sitting, 15 inches in front of you all day long, it would be exhausting. So that's another reason for it. Additionally, we're suffering from cognitive overload. By having to decode all these complex nonverbal pieces of information, the video information and the verbal information, all day long without a break, it's a little bit overload, and it's taxing our mental resources. And so it's just like too much. We don't have that break to get in the car, to take a little break, go for a little stroll between meetings, even to walk from office to office. Another thing is we're constantly being checked out by other people, and they equate this to literally being in the public eye, like almost as if you were on stage all day long. If you're on stage, you need to look good, sound good, be present, and everybody's checking you out. Even if you're in a room with other people, people are still checking you out. It's almost like being a constant presenter all day long. And lastly, there are many other pieces, but this is what I have for you today. It's looking at yourself all day long. A couple of years ago, I don't recall who was, but there have been studies done about looking at yourself literally in a mirror all day long. And what the studies have shown is that there's really negative effects. And they only did these studies for short periods of time. If you were to look at yourself in a mirror all day long, But if you literally were consistently looking at yourself in a mirror all day long, they don't have the study on that, but they assume it would mimic the shorter periods of having negative effects. And what that's doing is actually just amplifying our critical self-evaluation. If you check in with the plastic surgeons, business is booming. So what are things you could do about it? Walk and movement enhances creative thinking. Have some audio only meetings. Try that as opposed to Zoom. Just because we're stuck on Zoom doesn't mean we have to have a Zoom meeting. Reduce the size of your Zoom window. Also, increase the interpersonal space between you and your camera is one of the big pieces, so that you have more space. You don't feel like you're on stage, that you're so close to the people. You might want to think about having an external camera to actually, or should I say physically, separate you a little bit more from your monitor. And you could also hide yourself in the frame.
Thank you, Shelley.
So today, I just wanted to see also,
Go for it.
Janet, if anybody had any like major ahas, and if you had any major epiphanies or ahas, please feel free to speak out. You know, we've got like another minute or two to kind of share. If anybody wants to share.
Yeah.
Don?
Shelley, Deborah Myers had 4 really simple things to do with your body that just release all of the tension. And you might want to ask her to go through them. It'll take less than a minute.
Great. Deborah, you're on.
Well, thank you. Oh, what a fun thing to be able to do. So some of you know that I am an acupressurist and I teach self-help acupressure, and I dearly love helping people recognize what we can do for ourselves on a daily basis. So you can go to my website, deborahmyerswellness.com, and have an opportunity to click on the purple button that gives you the step-by-step of the few things I'm going to teach you. And the very first step is to give yourself a hug. Light, gentle touch gives your body the realization, just barely, everything's light, gentle. And when you do this, you're connecting with lung breath, with diaphragm breath. You're connecting with taking care of yourself. Your body recognizes you are taking care of you. How beautiful is that? Light, gentle touch. And then the next step is to sit on your hands. Literally holding that energy balance area connects with the point that's all about vitality. So in this, you bring the breath into the body, sit on your hands, it brings it to every cell of your being. You may already notice that we are helping the body have a lumbar curve. So off and on, while you're sitting in front of that computer, sitting on your hands is prime to help your body find that space of ease. Then keeping your left hand there, bring your right hand over to your left shoulder. Light, gentle touch helps move all the information, all that clogged up, blocked up information that your body's saying, I'm tight, I'm constricted. And the body recognizes, it's all about letting go. I'm mirroring you, by the way. Does that feel good? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then from there, I know I'm speaking really fast, and then come over to the other side. And whether you're sitting in front of the computer screen doing Zoom or anything else, or you're asking your body to exercise or going on a hike or working chores out in the garden, whatever the case may be, the body does not recognize whether you're asking it to do sitting or movement. The body's energy wants to shift, wants to always be moving. And if you do those 4 steps off and on throughout the day while you're in front of the computer, your body will be so much happier. Thanks, Don, for letting. Yay.
Oh, awesome. This is what I love about BACN. Deborah, thank you so much. We just all work together, and I hope that this was really informational and educational. And I'm going to give it back to you, Janet. Thanks so much.
Thank